This is the new... So what you're going to hear is going to blow your mind. According to Fox News, we're going to quote Fox News because we can't get in trouble from Fox News, can we? They're one of the big 5 liars, right? So they said, oh my God, 3,800 people have died worldwide. Yeah, in the same time period we've had, see, what do we have? 700,000 die of the flu last year. And they're saying, oh, it looks like 10,000 will die. Well, it's just insane. It's overblown. The Dow was down another 1,100 points to 23,900. If you're not, if you haven't bought gold from Noble Gold, call them and they can extract your money from those brokers. But there's a problem with exposing the truth. Phil Haney was a whistleblower and he ended up dead. Alyssa Casanova, who called Phil Haney, who exposed the truth about the China crowd, is in a prison in Spain thanks to the satanic U.S. State Department trying to extradite her to the United States. Russia says this is BS. Let her go. She's one of our citizens. The United States, the satanic United States State Department said no. Remember, they had Hillary Clinton as a boss. She's nothing but a walking, talking Satan. We're on number 7. And they might even run her. Joe Biden can't remember his name. So, and then U.S. Attorney Timothy Delgott and his wife were found murdered. And then Sean Griffith, the aide for U.S. Congressman Louise Gohmert, they're all saying this is complete murder. That's the problem. We don't know what's going on, and everybody who's trying to tell the truth ends up dead. And somehow it's connected to the Epstein and the pedo murders. That's why What Does It Mean had them connected. So, because attorney John Atchison was thrown in jail for fake charges and then murdered in jail, and he had all the dope on Epstein. So this is all interconnected. And here in Washington State, we seem to be ground zero. Anybody, if you come, we talked to a gal and she said, her relatives were from 2 states away, and if they come into contact with anybody from Washington State, they're quarantined for 14 days. Then we went to the mall. Macy's is closed. Victoria's Secret, the owner of Victoria's Secret, was one of Epstein's best buddies. What was his name?
Lex Wexner.
Lex Wexner. A jewelry store is closed. 3 high schools are closed because somebody who knew somebody had the flu. And here in Washington State, now keep in mind, this is from the CDC. This is all interconnected. Lab testing finally comes online as 44 states and counting start actively testing for the China bug. This was yesterday. It says 13 of the labs are in the process of verifying the testing kits they received. 4 of these were expected to be up and running over the weekend leading into March 9th. In other words, they ain't online yet. Nobody's testing for it. So what happens? Nobody's testing for this China bug. And yet here's a Fox News state-by-state breakdown of who's got the China crud. And here's the CDC saying we don't have any testing facilities for the China crud. Side-by-side articles. We're not testing for the China crud. Here's the China crud out. Can you believe that? Look at this lie. Biggest cover-up in history. The CDC says we can't test for it. And Fox News says all these people are sick from it. And the CDC says we can't even test for it yet. So Jay Inslee said, what did he say? Assumed China crud. Presumptive cases. They can't even test for it yet, and they're screaming. Now listen to Fox News. Are you ready?
Well, I only could share a little bit of that under fair use. Just curious to hear what other people are saying from the mainstream media. And it's true what he said on March 11, 2020. So, isn't that strange? But they would never lie to us, right? Trust them. Trust mainstream media. Because they tell the truth. Yeah, right. I will put a link to this guy's channel so you can check him out if you'd like. take care. Don't believe all the hype. And check out my urgent COVID playlist for some information that I found out. And it's true information, not BS. Thanks for listening, you guys.